Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UCW-Zero here. Here we are, we got Junior X versus Zack Vintage Vault. I'm here, of course, as always, with my best friend and yours, Jeff Reed.
Yeah, and we're going to take a look at one of my favorite matches from the Vintage Vault, that being a blindfold match between Junior X and Zack James. The concept of this match, very simple. Both competitors with a hood over their head, unable to see each other, as bizarre as it may sound.
And speaking of, it may be one of your favorite matches, but here's one of our least favorite people, in Stevie Slick, to enforce this as a blindfold match. And let me tell you, I mean, we've had a lot of matches in UCW-Zero, but a blindfold match is one of the most complicated matches in wrestling because you're blind the entire time. You can't see what you're going, where you're throwing your opponent, even if you're able to land safely.
Well, I'm no competitor, but I can't even imagine being able to square off in a wrestling match where you're not able to see your opponent. A very bizarre idea, but we'll see how it's executed in this match. From the UCW-Zero Vintage Vault, this match taking place on June 30th of 2012 for a Mason Jeff's benefit show where all proceeds were given to a boy who is fighting brain cancer. Very courageous individual, and we squared off for him in that night. It was a great event, and this should be a great matchup.
Yeah, definitely a great night for everybody, including Mason. I actually still have the bracelet from that night, so it's definitely a great night, and this was one of my favorite matches. In my mind, a possible match of the year candidate, to be honest.
Yeah, and this highlights a rivalry between Junior X and Zack James, which centers around that Jezebel at ringside being Sierra Rose. Junior X and Zack James, a former tag team known as the Salt City Masquerade, but that tag team was unceremoniously broke up when Zack James decided that Sierra Rose was more important to him than his tag team partner.
Yeah, I believe that the term is bros before hoes. However, it was more hoes before bros on this aspect. And, of course, this match was a #1 contendership match for the UCW Cruiserweight Championship.
And as you see, Junior X getting that hood put over his head, not going to be able to see his opponent in Zack James, as the referee does the same to Zack James. Very bizarre matchup here. Obviously, when we think of a blindfold match, we think of Jake the Snake Roberts versus the model Rick Martel from WrestleMania. Kind of the prototype for a matchup of this sort.
Think about going through your daily routine. Think about when you wake up and you brush your teeth, you shower, you get dressed, you do all that stuff. It's something that you do on a daily basis, but could you do it blindfolded? Now what Stevie Slick is asking these two competitors to do is wrestle blindfolded completely and not even knowing where they are. As example there, Zack James just full on diving and Junior X throwing an elbow and just landing on the mat.
And as you can see, both competitors trying to feel for noise, feel for vibration to find out where their opponent is. And look at Sierra Rose playing a role in this matchup. She's got the leg of Junior X tied. And Zack James searching for his opponent. Oh, looks like he found him.
As if though both competitors weren't already at a disadvantage being blindfolded. It's even more unfair having Sierra Rose at ringside because in a sense, Rose is going to be the eyes for Zack James.
And this is an interesting matchup because you're forced to rely on your sense of touch and your hearing ability to find out where your competitor is.
No doubt about that. And even some competitors. Wow, there you go. Talking about tying up there, Junior X taking advantage, taking the throw down and throwing Zack James to the mat. This is one of those things where it's going to be a brawl, and it's going to be a blind brawl.
Yeah, Zack James heads outside the ring looking for refuge and almost runs into the pole there.
Don't attack any of the fans. That's just a bad idea waiting to happen.
A decided advantage that Zack James has here, though, is Sierra Rose is able to direct him. Oh my goodness! Trying to run away from Junior X, and instead he went face first into that pole.
Junior X could just win this match off of that.
Zack James not only disoriented by his lack of vision, but now disoriented by the fact that he just ran into a steel pole.
Some of the fans now saying, hey, you're warmer, you're colder. Zack James, a helicopter spin.
Oh, a time-tested maneuver, the airplane spin. And both competitors falling to the concrete floor. Oh, Junior X just ran into the fence. This is almost a comedy of errors at this juncture of the matchup.
Junior X, of course, a little bit disoriented after landing into the cage right there, the cage of the entrance set. And Sierra Rose now messing with X. Now Junior needs to get back in the ring.
That looks kind of like a drunk. I don't even know how to describe this matchup right here. But look at these competitors. Oh, and he just scored with a kick right to the back of Junior X. A blind kick, but it definitely scored there. He's going for a pinfall.
Something like this, if effective and if it just hits the right spot, really could be the end to a match. You got to understand, I mean, these guys have full 20/20 vision when they're in the ring and they're able to face each other. They know exactly, they know their environment, they know what's around each other, but they don't have a clue in this match. They're, you know, as far as they're concerned, they could be on the outside right now. Is Junior X getting ready to go for the pin here? Gonna get just a 2 count.
Yeah, Junior X able to keep Zack James close to his body, which gave him the ability to score with that tornado jawbreaker. And now look at those shots right to the back of Zack James.
I think the smartest thing that you can do is take control and get your opponent in a submission. If you can put your opponent in a submission, your opponent's not going to know where the ropes are. Your opponent isn't going to have a clue where he's going to try and reach to, or if he's going to try to. And Zack James now.
Zack James, I guess, trying to play it by ear, but he just missed with the standing moonsault.
It goes back to that basic instinct. You know, these wrestlers just have that ability to know certain wrestling moves. And unfortunately, if your opponent isn't even close to you, well, something like that's going to happen.
Think of how frustrating it would be in this matchup. I mean, these guys obviously don't like each other and would want nothing more than to beat the tar out of each other, but they can't even see each other in this matchup. Junior X now, though, looks like he's got a good target on Zack James in the corner. Oh, what a chop. Right to the chest. You can see how he was feeling. Oh, and that time nobody home.
Yeah, definitely not, as Junior X is going to give a chop to the turnbuckle. And that one's going to hurt Junior X more than it's going to hurt the turnbuckle, I can assure you of that.
And now look at him fill around with his feet, using his extremities, trying to find his opponent.
Junior X also has the crowd on his side, though. It's, like I said, he's doing that warmer, colder with the audience. The crowd is clearly behind X in this match.
And now Zack James looks like he's got Junior X pinned down. Looks like he's going for a pinfall here. Big kick out by Junior X. Oh, and as you mentioned, it looks like he is going for a submission, possibly a Fujiwara armbar, and that's exactly what he's got locked in.
This is a smart strategy because, like we said, Junior X, just like Zack James, they're both blindfolded. Junior X doesn't know what part of the ring he's in right now. As far as he's concerned, he could be in one of the corners, he could be in the middle, which is where he is right now, but he doesn't know where to go to get the ropes to break up the hold.
And Zack James pushes him back into the corner, going by Phil alone, and a nice forearm there by Zack James. Looks like he scoops him up for a body slam. It looks like he's going to hang him in the tree of woe.
And that's the other thing, is that you can't really be defensive in these kind of matches, you know? You can only defend the parts of your body that have already been hit or or whatever's being submitted on. But that's the thing, is that, you know, he can't see an attack coming. He can't block a punch or a kick or duck or anything like that because he doesn't know what's coming.
Well, I think Zack James made a tactical error there as he lost position of Junior X and he just blind dived into the corner and obviously hung himself up in the ropes. Like I mentioned, he lost track of where Junior X was and then ended up drop kicking the ropes in the corner. And now Junior X has the advantage here if he could find Zack James.
Wouldn't this be great if there was a piñata aspect into it, like you just spun your opponent 3 times and then we just let him go?
With a stick?
Yeah, that's the lucha version of this match, isn't it?
I'm going to take your word for it and say yes.
There you go. Well, if not, let's let that should happen. In the meantime, though, Junior X able to take advantage after Zack James getting caught up in the ropes, off the wrong turnbuckle for that matter.
Oh, he scoops him up. Nice body slam by Junior X. Kind of feels for the cover. He's got a 2 count kick out by Zack James.
I really think that if Junior X isn't going to do a submission, the best thing that he can do is find out where Zack James is and then get a nice kick in there, get him up on his shoulders, and then take this bad boy home.
Yeah, now Zack James looks like he's felt for the face of Junior X, driving that forearm into the face. Now hooks him in a waist lock. Could he be going for a, looks like he's trying to cinch up a German suplex, and that's exactly what he does. Junior X kicks out, but look at Zack James, the tenacity, able to hold on to that waist lock.
This is another smart technique because as long as he's holding on to that waist lock, he knows where Junior is. He's not going to get lost. He's not going to lose his opponent as there's a nice roll up there, only able to get a 2 count.
Oh, Zack James going on instinct alone, tried to springboard into the ropes and ended up crotching himself on the middle rope. You got to give it to Zack James. The guy is definitely trying to rely on his instincts and athletic ability, but unfortunately for him, it has not paid dividends in this matchup.
Of course, oh, well, there you go. Junior X, when he listens to the crowd, he seems to somehow get an advantage over Zack James. If only Zack James could listen to Sierra Rose now.
Looks like Junior X is filling for Zack. He's got him. Sharp right hands backing him into the corner. And Junior X now pummeling Zack James into the corner. Looks like he's trying to shoot him into the opposite end. Oh, and he follows it up with the knee. Did you see how he kept Zack James close to his body so he knew where he was, scoring with that high knee in the corner.
And that's what you have to do in this match because if you, that's the thing, you could just get off center so quickly. And look at this. This is exactly what I was saying. X needed to get Zack James on his shoulders to get that knee to the forehead, but he hit the referee instead. No one's going to count 3 on this one. That's not even your opponent. Zack James has got his mask. Oh, this is smart by James. Look at that. Junior X thinks that he just won this match, and that isn't even the case. Well done. This is good trickery by Zack James, who's going to take advantage right here. And look at this. Oh
my goodness.
DDT.
Chicken wing DDT. And if that ref comes to, Zack James will have the pinfall. Obviously underhanded. He took his hood off, hence neglecting the concept of the matchup. He puts it back on, and now the ref sees it. Oh, and Junior X still kicking out.
Wow.
One of my favorite matches, definitely. You never see a blindfold match like this. So innovative.
Well, especially with 2 athletic competitors. Both of these men have been known as high flyers. Unfortunately, the ropes haven't been really treating Zack James well, as James is technically breaking the rules right now.
Technically breaking the rules. This is a blindfold match, and now a decided advantage as that he's not blindfolded. Referee Jack Trades now getting in the ring, and it looks like he is ejecting Sierra Rose from ringside.
There you go. This match might become a little bit more even now, having Sierra Rose sent to the back. Of course, Trade still has yet to have Zack James put his mask back on, but then again, James hasn't really put in any offense since Trade has been in the ring.
Yo, you got to give it to Jack Trades, though, coming out and taking command of this matchup, trying to even the odds. He is kicking Sierra Rose. He's literally physically forcing Sierra Rose to the back. But Zack James still with that hood off, still with the advantage. Oh, Junior X pulls his hood off, puts him on the shoulders, and there it is.
But there you go. He finally got the right man. He's not going to get the referee on that one. And Junior X gets the 3 count. I didn't see him take his mask off.
Maybe you're blind as well.
No, I think he's had it on the entire time. I think he was fair.
Well, that match from the UCW-Zero Vintage Vault, a blindfold match, June 30th of this year. What an innovative and exciting, very fan-interactive matchup that we witnessed here on UCW-Zero television.
Definitely a classic as Junior X becomes the new #1 contender to the Cruiserweight Championship.
And maybe at least giving some level of retribution after Zack James betrayed him and broke up their tag team.
No doubt about that. More to come. Stay tuned.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah. September 22nd, October 6th, October 20th at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucw-zero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to UCW-Zero here. And what we've got right now is Deavud the Destroyer taking on the Pitbull, Jayson Jaxon. And this is an interesting one, Jeff. Have you ever heard of a dog collar match before?
I have, but it's used sparingly in professional wrestling because the danger that accompanies a match such as this.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As you folks can see there, both of these men are going to be, well, dog collared together. There's just that chain in between them, and this could be very dangerous because not only are the dog collars the weapons, but the chains are the weapons as well.
Yeah, this is another feud here in UCW-Zero. These competitors have waged war on 3 separate occasions. Those matches can be seen on our YouTube channel at NWA UCW-Zero.
Yeah, exactly. You can also follow us on Twitter at UCW0.com as Deavud the Destroyer taking advantage in the early ongoing here.
He just whipped him with that chain, and that's part of this match. That chain and all the violence you can inflict with it, completely legal in a matchup such as this.
It's just such a nasty sound that it makes, even just chain on chain and then chain to... That's human flesh that we're talking about. That's Jayson Jackson's kidneys that are being affected by... Oh, and attempted splash right there by... Deavud the Destroyer. It didn't quite go his way as the Pitbull takes advantage.
Snapmare by the neck using the chain and a calf kick to the back of the head of Deavud the Destroyer. Innovative offense by the Pitbull, Jayson Jaxon, one of my favorite competitors here in UCW-Zero.
I just don't know how this works. I don't know how you could be a competitor in this match without just... This is quite the intimidating match. You could land the wrong way on a chain and you could just be paralyzed.
Well, if I could think of one word to describe a matchup such as this, it's barbaric. When you're attached by the neck by a steel chain, I mean, this match, very hazardous to the competitors. A fair catch by Deavud the Destroyer into a belly-to-back suplex.
Yeah, you got that one exactly right, and that is some great mentality right there by Deavud the Destroyer, who has really improved as a wrestler and a competitor over the last couple of years here in UCW-Zero.
And look at those, the camera taking you right into the punches with the chain, right to the face of the Pitbull, Jayson Jaxon. And I think you said it best. Deavud the Destroyer has improved drastically over the last year, but the same can be said about the Pitbull, Jayson Jaxon.
Oh, no doubt about that. The Pitbull, ever since he came into this company this past year, has always been quite the competitor. Very athletically talented and a great technical wrestler, especially for someone of his size.
Yeah, and I think what we're talking about here is both guys who are on the cusp of breaking in that upper echelon of UCW-Zero. And this match, a feud such as this, could be the deciding factor on who ascends up the ladder and who has to descend back to the lower ranks of this promotion.
That is assuming there's no injuries. Like I said, I just see that chain and it just... I fear an injury. Look at this. I mean, Deavud the Destroyer is wrapping Jayson Jaxon in that chain. Going to take Jayson Jaxon up and... Oh, man. See, like, if he had just landed on that wrong, he could have pinched a nerve. He could have no feeling in one of his legs.
Yeah, Jayson Jaxon now wrapped up in that chain, almost like he's being hogtied after being slammed on the chain. And the Destroyer picks him back up and slams him hard to the mat again. Deavud the Destroyer showing aggressiveness in the early part of this matchup.
I've seen a lot of things in this industry. I've seen first blood matches. I've seen people dive from 10 feet in the air just straight to the concrete. But for some odd reason, a match like this just makes me cringe like no other.
Jayson Jaxon trying to get his hands up to protect his head from that chain, but to no avail.
And that's just basic fighting techniques right there. I mean, you got to... You know, it's as much of an attack as it is you're defending yourself, offense and defense. But there's strategy involved in this one.
Oh, and he's going to hang him over the top rope.
No, he can't.
Oh, my goodness.
Is that even I know there's no disqualification, but you can't choke a man off the top over the rope.
Oh, my. Jayson Jaxon struggling for air as he is being literally hung by that chain. But look at him fight back here. And drives the chain to the face of Deavud the Destroyer, and then a hangman of his own. Beautiful move by Jayson Jaxon. And it looks like he's going for it. Yes, he does. Flips over the top rope onto the prone body of the Destroyer. And Jayson Jaxon miraculously being able to recover from being hung in that state. But look at it now. He's got the pinfall. Oh, big kick out by the Destroyer.
Great athleticism by Jayson Jaxon right there as he looks to take advantage here in this match.
And you can see how cumbersome that chain has become as these competitors being wrapped it in themselves, wrapping it around each other. Very dangerous and quite an awkward matchup. Oh, and look at him. He just grabbed him by the collar and threw him off the top rope.
Yeah, in football, that'd be 15 yards.
Yeah, I must say, Deavud the Destroyer, you got to give it up to him. Recovering, but also using that chain in a very innovative way in this matchup.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Deavud the Destroyer wraps that chain around his fist and actually throws punches with it. And I mean, that's got to hurt his fist almost as much as it hurts Jayson Jackson's face. I don't know if you folks at home saw that, but it looked like Jayson Jaxon was slammed, at least the right side of his body, got slammed on some of the loose chain there on the ground, and that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, if I could describe Deavud the Destroyer, it's silent violence. You try to get a word from this guy in the locker room, it is very difficult. He doesn't talk to anyone. You'll just see with that angry scowl on his face as he is choking the Pitbull with that chain, and you can look at the Pitbull Jayson Jackson's face right here, obviously being asphyxiated as that chain wrapped around his throat.
Gotta agree with you there, Jeff. I think you hit the nail right on the head. And the other thing about Deavud the Destroyer is that this man has a short fuse. There's no doubt about that. He's got quite the temper. Even then, this Jayson Jaxon, Deavud the Destroyer, this feud right here, it wasn't necessarily something big. It's the takedown there by by Deavud the Destroyer. It was just one thing that just led to a short fuse and it led to an explosion.
Yeah, it definitely has escalated over the last few months as Deavud the Destroyer now using a body scissors on the Pitbull Jayson Jaxon. Very effective maneuver. We've seen him choke Jaxon and now going to the body to take that breath out of Jayson Jaxon as he chokes him with the chain. I'm very surprised in the strategy that the Deavud the Destroyer has employed in this matchup. Very effective.
Well, I mean, what real strategy is there in a type of match like this? I mean, it's one of those things where there's no disqualification, so just about anything you do is legal. You could take the short-handed route, but at the same time, you can't really get away from your opponent. As Jayson Jaxon there uses some chain against the head, and Jayson Jaxon now taking advantage in this match. But like I was saying, there's like 10 feet of chain. You're always going to be within 10 feet of your opponent in this match.
Look at him drive that chain into the face of Deavud the Destroyer. And now it comes off the he's going to drop it. Oh, knee drop right to the chest. And Jayson Jaxon, he's going to have him pinned here. Oh, big kick out by the Destroyer. Brutal matchup. Very competitive here in UCW-Zero.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You definitely hit that one correctly there, Jeff. As we see now Deavud the Destroyer trying to get to his feet, but it looks like Jayson Jaxon.
Oh, the bulldozer. Beautiful spear there. That could be it. Cover. Oh, Deavud the Destroyer barely squeaking that shoulder off the mat. Referee Jack Trades gets the 2 count.
Yeah, clearly he didn't get enough chain into that one. I'm sure that if he had more chain, it would have definitely won the match.
And Jayson Jaxon asking for confirmation that was only a 2 count. Oh, but he took his eye off the ball, and that chain just got wedged into the crotch area of Jayson Jaxon. Yes. He picks him up. This could be it.
Something definitely got on the ball there as Deavud the Destroyer right there. I think Jackson's done. I don't like to say it, but I really think Jaxon is done. 1, 2.
Oh, can you believe he got up after that? That's one of the patented maneuvers of Deavud the Destroyer, and you can tell he thought it was 3, and now he's in the face of referee Jack Trades, and that is a very intimidating man to be screaming and talking down at you.
No doubt about it. He's not called the Destroyer because on Sundays he likes to shop for flowers.
Oh, and if you saw that, Jayson Jaxon pulled him into a triangle choke using the chain. That could be it.
Submission maneuver here by Jayson Jaxon. Not necessarily a submission wrestler. Not something that we normally see from him, but in this match, anything goes, and bringing in a new technique might not be a bad idea.
Well, you got to give it up to him. He was in a prone position, but was able to use the chain to pull Deavud the Destroyer into the submission hold.
I think he's out.
Oh, the hand drops once. It drops twice.
I think he's
3
done.
times, and it's over.
Wow.
Jayson Jaxon with what would be considered a submission victory over Deavud the Destroyer. Beautiful maneuver there, and you got to give it up for the resilience of the Pitbull. After taking that finishing maneuver, I thought he was done, but Deavud the Destroyer took his eye off the ball, argued with referee Jack Trades, and opportunist as he is, Jaxon pulled him into that triangle choke and scored the pinfall. And there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Pitbull, Jason Jaxon.
Great submission there by Jason Jaxon. Great knowledge right there, showing off his wrestling IQ, as he was able to actually show that he can bring new things to the ring. He can innovate his technique in the ring. And right there, that goes to show you why he won this dog collar match. And how awkward would it be if someone called Pitbull didn't win a dog collar match?
Very good point there. We'll be back.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah. September 22nd, October 6th, October 20th at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucw-zero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our main event here on UCW-Zero.
And our main event will be a street fight. And this street fight will pit Jayson Bravo against Dallas Murdock. We've talked a lot about grudge matches for the first 2 episodes, but this match goes beyond that. This is a personal vendetta. This could be described as a hate match because these two competitors feel nothing but unadulterated hatred for one another, and that'll escalate into what is promising to be a real barn burner at the UCW arena.
Yeah, you definitely got that right, Jeff. I mean, I'm really excited to see this. This is an ongoing feud, as you were stating. I mean, Jayson Bravo even went a little bit farther. He broke the fourth wall in a sense, bringing in Dallas Murdock's own children into this, and that's just a line that you don't cross, especially in our industry.
And as you can see, Jayson Bravo is not dressed for a wrestling match. He is dressed for a fight with his signature crowbar, which is bound to play a factor in this matchup. This is going to get uncomfortably brutal.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. As you folks can see right there, our ring apron is white. I'm taking bets that it'll be a different color by the end of the night.
Jayson Bravo, the #1 contender. We saw last episode he was the winner of the 2012 Rocky Mountain Rumble, but that's not what this is about. He has unfinished business, and that unfinished business is with Dallas Murdock. Is Jayson Bravo yelling at the fans here in the UCW-Zero arena?
Yeah, definitely. And Jayson Bravo, of course, giving himself a little bit of applause, or maybe he's just trying to hype up the fans to get behind him as we get ready to see Jayson Bravo's opponent, who, in my opinion, is the toughest wrestler in that entire locker room in Dallas Murdock.
And this match is a match that caters to the strengths of Dallas Murdock. He is a brawler. There is no doubt about that. And you will see him brawl with Jayson Bravo in the center of the ring, out in the crowd, and anywhere they feel fit in this matchup.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. And I've said it once, I've said it multiple times. You know, Dallas Murdock, you know, he's got a very good wrestling IQ, but he's not necessarily the strategy type. He's more of the fighter type. He'll definitely give it everything that he's got, and that he can take anybody and he'll give them everything. Like I said, give him everything that he's got, but he's an all-out brawler. If anything, this is a Murdock match. This isn't a street fight. It's a Murdock match.
And Dallas Murdock coming to the ring wielding a kendo stick. If you've ever been hit with one of those, God forbid, they hurt, they sting, and they can cause welts and lacerations very easily.
And we're not just talking about something that lasts 2 to 3 weeks and you can get away with ice. Some of those scars are permanent.
Dallas Murdock wielding the kendo stick. Looks like Jayson Bravo. Oh, and he swings wildly with the crowbar, but look at Dallas Murdock. Look at those chops.
Huge intensity coming away from Murdock as we get right into this thing. I don't think anyone would take too kindly to having a crowbar thrown at their head, though, and Dallas Murdock certainly isn't one of them.
And these guys wasting no time taking the fight to each other. Big sidewalk slam in the center of the ring. Not going for a pinfall, going right for those mount punches. Jayson Bravo throws him over, and he grabs the crowbar.
What's he going to do? What's going to happen? Dallas Murdock says, bring it on. I'm not scared of you. I'll fight anyone at any time, and especially if you're going to bring my family into this, I'm going to take you out.
Dallas Murdock now hooking Jayson Bravo in a reverse Dragon Sleeper and drops him straight south with the reverse DDT, going for the pinfall.
Only a 2 count there for Dallas Murdock. Dallas now going back to the kendo stick. Oh, man.
Oh, and he kicks Jayson Bravo right in the ribs and now choking him with that kendo stick. Cutting off the windpipe right there of Jayson Bravo. Bravo forces him off. Oh, and look at that. Blocks the kendo. Beautiful move. Oh, but look at Jayson Bravo right to the stomach. And now following it up with those sharp right hands to the forehead of Dallas Murdock.
Jayson Bravo is well known for his strikes, specifically those haymakers. He just puts so much power into his punches as Dallas Murdock is somehow able to get Jayson Bravo out of the ring.
And you can see this is a fight. There is no doubt about that. This is a personal fight. Oh, what a clothesline. And did you hear and see Dallas Murdock's body slam into the concrete floor?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit of pain here as we got some chair action going on here, Jeff.
Once again, completely legal, and it looks like Jayson Bravo is wrapping the shoulder of Dallas Murdock in that steel chair. We have seen Bravo work the shoulder.
Oh my God!
Goodness. That'll break your arm. There's no doubt about that. And Jayson Bravo now grabbing that chair. He's taking the edge of it and driving it right into the crevice of the shoulder. Oh, and again. And Jayson Bravo coming with strategy, and that strategy is to disarm, literally and figuratively, Dallas Murdock in this matchup.
That was a horrible pun, but given the circumstances, I'll allow it. As Jayson Bravo go ahead and he's going to do a concerto. Oh my God, he just did a concerto to Dallas Murdock's arm. His shoulder could be separated.
No doubt about it. And look at Jayson Bravo, quite proud of himself right there. We're in the early stage of this matchup, and it looks like for the rest of the match, Dallas Murdock may only have the use of one arm.
Oh no. Hey, you know what? You called the Home Depot special when the ladders came out. Well, guess what? This is the Office Max special right here. And those things ain't cheap, I'll tell you what.
Jayson Bravo setting up the table. Looks like he's placing it strategically. Might be trying to put this match away early. Dallas Murdock trying to shake off that arm, but look, he's just holding it close to his body. Oh my goodness, the bell right to the head. What a maneuver by Dallas Murdock. And Jayson Bravo, he might be busted open.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. Which would you rather have, a separated shoulder or a concussion?
I guess this is like a pick your poison question.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to go with option C, none of the above.
No, that's a good response. As Jayson Bravo, as you previously said, he is actually busted open. That bell did some serious damage. I guess he got his bell rang. You see what I did there? You get a pun, I get a pun. It's all right.
And now Dallas Murdock looks like he's hooking up the suplex. Try to put Jayson Bravo through that table. Oh, Bravo blocking it with every sense of strength he has. And now driving the lower back of Dallas Murdock into the ring apron.
Dallas, in his history, has had a history of back problems. Not the first time that a competitor has gone to Dallas's back as a weakness.
And now Jayson Bravo back on the offensive.
And it looks, does Bravo have his crowbar? Oh, no, he's got his belt. He took his belt off, and now...
Oh, Dallas Murdock being taken to the woodshed by Jayson Bravo. Look at him just whip Dallas Murdock like a government mule with that belt.
Oh, I couldn't have said it any better, my friend. And it looks like now he's going to use it to choke Dallas out. Once again, this is legal, ladies and gentlemen. Anything goes in a street fight.
Yeah, anything not tied down is fair game for these competitors to use.
Well, you know what? Even things that are tied down, they can use the ring as a weapon.
Good point. Very good point, Josh.
And Jayson Bravo now wraps the belt around his hand.
Gonna shoot him off the ropes here. Oh, and did you see that fist? Well placed right between the eyes of Dallas Murdock.
And Jayson Bravo is just not holding back. First tries to break Dallas Murdock's arm, tries to separate his shoulder, then goes to work on the back. And you know what? If I didn't know any better, I say he's getting ready to break his nose if he didn't already break the man's nose.
Yeah, now getting the trash can, a steel trash can. Those things are very unforgiving. Looks like he's strategically placing it in the corner.
Well, it looks like Jayson Bravo is going to try and take out the trash.
Dallas Murdock lined up in the opposite corner. Looks like Jayson Bravo is going to try to take him. Oh, what a reversal. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that? A reversal by Dallas Murdock, sending Jayson Bravo head first into that trash can and follows it up with a clothesline.
Great reversal by Dallas Murdock. Jayson Bravo's plan kind of backfired on him. You got to wonder, though, if that arm, it looks like that arm injury is still affecting Dallas Murdock a little bit, and I'll bet good money that it's going to affect him throughout the rest of this match, which could affect how he swings that that kendo stick right there.
Oh, kendo stick to the stomach and the back of Jayson Bravo. Oh, right to the chest.
Here's another pick your poison. You'd rather have the kendo stick or take a dozen chops from Dallas Murdock?
I'm going to go with a dozen chops on this one, actually.
I would rather take the kendo stick, personally.
Your loss. Your loss.
Well, one man's trash is another man's treasure, I suppose. And Dallas Murdock goes for the pin here. Only going to be able to get a 2 there.
Very vicious brawl here. And this is exactly what we expected. We knew that these competitors were bringing a lot of personal animosity to this matchup. And it's definitely playing out in the center of that ring here in the UCW arena.
And, you know, normally when competitors have to go under the ring, it's not a good thing. But Dallas Murdock has to go back behind the ring announcer's table and gets another trash can in there. We've got 2 trash cans in the ring. We've got a crowbar. We've got a kendo stick. We've got a trash can lid. There's a table out there. There's chairs. I don't like where any of this is going. Someone's going to go to the hospital.
Very well could, as Dallas Murdock looks like he's trying to figure out that big maneuver he needs to put Jayson Bravo away. But look at that arm still hanging limp at his side, definitely favoring that arm. And if you saw, I think Jayson Bravo pushed the referee into the ropes, causing Dallas Murdock to hang himself up on the ropes. And right now he's grabbing his hamstring. His shoulder's been significantly injured. We've seen him take shots to the head. Dallas Murdock is in a very bad place right now.
Yeah, great observation there, Jeff. I think that's exactly what happened. I think Jack Trades just got pushed into the ropes. And Dallas Murdock looked like he was going for his trademark top rope leg drop there as Jayson Bravo throws punches to Dallas Murdock. And Dallas now, he's got Jayson Bravo up on his shoulders. There's a table right beneath him. I think we all know where this one's going to go. Jayson Bravo is somehow able to counter it. And
what a counter there. He just swept the leg of Dallas Murdock right out from him. And now look at him. Thunder punches to the chest. Got to respect the aggressiveness of Jayson Bravo in this match. And he's measuring him up here.
I think.
Did you see? He booted him right in the temple.
Yeah, Dallas Murdock is normally the one known for the big boot to the skull, but Jayson Bravo there just took advantage of that one. I'm honestly surprised someone didn't go through a table in that exchange as we get a count here. Only going to be a 2 count.
Yeah. You can see in the strength of that kick out that there's just not a lot left in Dallas Murdock at this stage of the matchup.
Well, I don't see how there could be, Jeff. I mean, the man's arm is separated, possibly broken. His back, he's had a series of back injuries, and now look at this. Jayson Bravo has the crowbar.
Oh, my goodness, right to the back of the neck.
Oh, my gosh.
And now driving the crowbar right into the ribs.
That crowbar is deadly, and I think...
Oh, my goodness. He is stabbing him in the face with a crowbar. Oh, my... Dallas Murdock, he just got the edge of that crowbar driven to his face, and as you can see the results right there, he is bleeding like a stuck pig.
Oh, man. Jeff, you know what one of my favorite books of all time is?
What's that?
A River Runs Through It. As a river runs through Dallas's forehead right now. Good gosh. Jayson Bravo going for the pin. Is he trying to go for a pin, or is he just trying to choke him out? It looks like he was just trying to choke him out there. And Bravo combo time right here. Bravo with the leg drop. And now for the trademark elbow.
And this is getting uncomfortable right now. You can see the blood streaming from the forehead of Dallas Murdock filling up the ring. Oh, my goodness. It's almost like a mercy killing here. Put him away, Jayson Bravo. Put him away.
And you'd think that was something that you would use. You would use strategy to win a wrestling match. You would use that strategy to just pick up the victory. But there's more to it than just winning a match at this point. These two men have so much animosity towards each other. As Jayson Bravo off of the top rope. Did he get it? I didn't see if he got it.
I think he scored with that diving headbutt. Dallas Murdock obviously not in a position where he can move. Oh, but he still kicks out. Got to give it up to Dallas Murdock as the blood streams from his forehead to the mat below. Still able to kick out, and you can see puddles of blood now forming in the ring.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, that apron, it wasn't going to be white by the end of this night, and judging from the look of it, it looks like Jayson Bravo has gotten a lot of blood on him as well. Dallas Murdock is donning, as they call it, the Crimson Mask.
Yeah, this is getting to be a heinous scene here in the UCW arena. Is Dallas Murdock just struggling to get to his knees. Jayson Bravo looks like he's going to put him away.
Oh, this isn't going to be pretty.
Oh, Murdock counters, though, and a sidewalk slam through the chair.
Look at that chair. Look at that chair. He completely bent the chair.
Oh, but look at Dallas Murdock covered in his own blood, and he's just fighting to get conscious here, to get aware of where he is. Oh, my, look at it just pour out of the face of Dallas Murdock. This is gruesome.
Yeah, no, you got it right. Gruesome is probably the understatement in this entire match. Dallas is cut deep. That was a deep gash, and Jayson Bravo definitely didn't hold back with that crowbar as Dallas Murdock tries to get back into the ring, and Jayson Bravo, of course, tries to counteract it. And then
he gets him on the shoulders. Could this be?
No.
Oh, no! Samoan drop through the table. Both competitors crashing through that table to the concrete below. Oh, my goodness. A brutal, brutal matchup here in the UCW arena. And it looks like both competitors were significantly maimed by that maneuver. Look at blood all over the place, broken tables and broken bodies along the way. Just a crazy matchup here.
It took Dallas Murdock every ounce of energy just to get Jayson Bravo up on his shoulders. It looked like he didn't even throw him through the table. It looked like he just fell backwards as you normally would for a Samoan drop, but it got the effect done. Jayson Bravo is stunned. He stopped in his tracks, and now I think they're on the same level. I think both men are going to have a hard time finishing this match.
Both wrestlers definitely worse for wear, but you got to be asking yourself right now is who's going to seize this opportunity and come up with that last move to put the other competitor away. Amazing matchup here.
How much blood have these men lost in this match? It's way too much. They've lost a ton of this blood right here. And now Dallas Murdock, he's got a chair, bringing a chair into the ring. They've already broke one chair.
This has got to be it. Dallas Murdock looking for that kill shot. That chair shot to the head of Jayson Bravo to put him away and to put him away for good. But a desperation low blow by Jayson Bravo.
Yeah, no, desperation, exactly. Bravo saw exactly what was coming, didn't necessarily have the power to duck, so what did he do? Fell to his knees and then hit the low blow right there on Dallas Murdock. As Jayson Bravo now has got the chair. Murdock is up on the ropes.
He's got it measured. But he countered. Big boot to the chair into the face of Jayson Bravo. That's going to be it. Can Dallas Murdock squirm his body over into a cover? Jayson Bravo looks like he's out.
Dallas Murdock, size 13, into a chair, into Jayson Bravo's forehead, as it looks like...
What's he doing?
He's not going for the pin. He should go for the pin. Look at that. He's even having a struggle to get up. He's lost that much blood, Jeff. This is not smart thinking on Dallas Murdock's part?
Well, you talked about it before. There is more to this match than just winning and being the victor. Both of these competitors want to maim the other man, and that's exactly what Dallas Murdock's going to do as he climbs to the top rope.
No way. No way, Dallas Murdock!
Oh, a diving leg drop onto the chair that's under the head of Jayson Bravo. That's got to be it. Into the cover.
Wow. That's it.
I'm speechless.
Oh, and you know what? Good riddance. I mean, I don't know what Jayson Bravo was thinking. Jayson Bravo, as the #1 contender, put way too much on the line. I don't know if he's going to be ready for Derek Giannetti.
Yeah, but Dallas Murdock, you got to tip your hat to this competitor. We saw his shoulder be separated. We saw his back put in significant agony by Jayson Bravo. And not to mention his head being significantly lacerated by that crowbar, but still able to overcome all that and score with that tremendous leg drop off the top rope to beat Jayson Bravo.
Chairs, tables, a kendo stick, a crowbar, trash cans, even the ring bell was used in this match to end this feud, and the man who comes out on top can barely stand, but he is able to stand as the victor tonight.
Yeah, it's hard to consider him the victor. I mean, his body went through so much agony in this matchup, but somehow, some way, Dallas Murdock beat Jayson Bravo, and that's the bottom line to end this show. Dallas Murdock defeats Jayson Bravo in a street fight.
No doubt about it. There was everything on the line in this match. A lot of heart between these two competitors. You know for a fact that Jayson Bravo has been working very hard over these past 2 years to keep doing what he's been doing. Dallas Murdock, a ring veteran of a long time, 7 or 8 years now, has held multiple titles in this industry, and he knew what he was doing in this match. Like I said, this match was to his advantage, as Jayson Bravo now is getting sat up in the middle of the ring. I don't think he knows where he is.
Well, he's in the middle of the UCW arena, and he just got pinned by Dallas Murdock.
I don't think Jayson Bravo is going to be clapping anytime soon.
I just saw the blood dripping like crazy from him.
Well, that was definitely a match of main event quality, Jeff. I'm going to have to say that one. Wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely have to agree. They don't call it a street fight for nothing. And when you saw the physical toll that it took on both of these competitors, you really do have to applaud Jayson Bravo and applaud Dallas Murdock. Just an incredibly brutal, hard-fought matchup. And that's what you'd expect here in UCW-Zero.
Well said, Jeff. Well, I'm Josh Damian.
And I'm Jeff Reed.
Thank you very much for watching. Check us out at www.ucw0.com. Follow us on Twitter at UCW-Zero. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah. September 22nd, October 6th, October 20th at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucw-zero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.